Hello everyone, it's Dalton here. Welcome to Video Game Finds number 105. And this time I've got a pretty good amount of stuff to show you guys. A couple more eBay wins, listing wins, and some local stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, I don't think I've ever mentioned this shirt. I actually got this from my grandparents for Christmas, so I thought that was pretty cool. See, it says Gamerologist on it, which is pretty cool. But I thought I'd like to share that because I don't think I shared it before. So anyway, pretty cool. Alright, first thing we got here off of eBay. Very, very cool win. I was not expecting to get it for this price, but I definitely was excited to get it. We have here a boxed NES control deck, the original. This is the later model because it's got the red strip on the top there. But very, very nice box right here. Not too bad. I mean, for its age, it's in really good shape. But this is just the box here. But it actually came with everything. It even has the manuals and both controllers, the power cord, the RF switch, and of course the NES. The only thing it's missing is the AV set that most of these consoles would come with and the top piece of styrofoam. But that's not that big a deal. I mean, I got AV cords, so I can put that with it. But since the top styrofoam's missing, it's not that big a deal. But it has every piece of literature in the original bag, which I thought was really cool. And it also had a couple bags for the cords and stuff too, which was pretty cool. So I'd say it's basically like 99.9% complete. It's just missing the top piece of styrofoam. For that price, for the price I got it, I cannot complain. After winning in a free shipping, bidding auction, I paid $55 for that entire setup, which is absolutely phenomenal. I was not expecting to get it for that price at all. There was like 19 watchers on it and everything, and everyone was like sleeping or something. I don't know what they were doing, but I won it for $55, and it's definitely going to go right up there on the shelf. So that's very, very cool. Definitely an awesome collection piece for sure. So anyways, very cool. Alright, next here we have another eBay lot, which I thought was really, really cool. Glad to get this set. We've got a original Sony PlayStation 1 here in very good, clean condition. It's got a few scratches and scuffs on it, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary. It came with both cords here. We've got the power and the AV cords there, which is always nice. Full set, basically. And it also came with 3 non-DualShock controllers, which is really cool. We've got 2, well, hopefully that's the broken one. One of them's actually broken, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We've got 2 gray ones and a red one. I don't know if they call it like a lava red or magma red. I can't remember what they call it, but very uncommon. So I'm definitely going to be hanging on to that one because it's really, really cool. But anyways, it came with 3 controllers. Well, the one that's broken isn't really broken. It's just kind of finicky at times. So it's kind of like a halfway there controller. But anyways, it's an extra controller. But I'm really excited about the red one. That's really cool. And it also came with some games and some extras. We've got a Final Fantasy VIII manual here, which is a black label version, which is pretty cool. It came with a Tekken 3 CD binder, which is really, really cool. I hadn't seen this before. It's even got the Namco logo there on the side embroidered there. That's pretty cool. The embroidery works pretty cool. Very cool case. I haven't seen that before, so I thought that was pretty cool. And it also came with some games. A couple of these I'm going to hang on to because I don't have them. And the rest I'm going to sell off because most of these were disc only. They actually came in that CD binder that you saw. I just had separated these already and put them into paper sleeves and cases. So here we go. First one here is 2 Extreme. Then we've got ESPN2 Extreme Games. And then we've got a Midway Presents Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection, Volume 1. There's that. Then this I had no idea they even had on PlayStation. And the reason is it's because it's a very early release for PlayStation when PS1 was first out. It was only a long box game. It's only disc only, but I'm definitely hanging on to it because it's super awesome. It's a copy of NBA Jam Tournament Edition. And I did not know this existed on PlayStation, so I thought that was really cool. Then we've got a Road and Track that presents the Need for Speed. There's that one. Then we've got a copy of Tekken 3, of course, that explains the CD binder there. That's pretty cool. Then we've got a copy of Virtual Tennis, which is actually kind of crappy game, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird. They tried going for a virtual reality aspect, but it just does not work too well. It's kind of ugly. Then we've got a Wipeout XL, which is pretty cool. And then we've got 3 complete in-case games here. We've got a copy of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. And this one's actually a little bit water damaged, but it's not terrible. So there's that one, pretty cool. Then we've got a copy of Hydro Thunder, which is also in really nice shape. This one's not water damaged, which is good. I don't have that one, so I'll go ahead and keep that one. I'm probably going to sell off the Dragon Ball Z one just because of the condition it's in. I'd rather just sell it off for now and kind of move on and find another copy of it later on. And then we've got a copy of Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2, which I also did not have, and it's in very good shape. So I'll go ahead and hang on to that one as well. So very cool. Pretty good stack of games. Really cool lot. Definitely cool for that red controller as well. It was only $36 after winning bids and free shipping, which was really cool. So that was a really good deal for sure. Definitely an awesome little lot that I got off of eBay. That was cool. So, alright, and then another eBay lot. This happens very, very seldomly. Not very often does this kind of stuff appear on eBay in auction style. So I thought this was super cool. Definitely wanted to try and get it, and I did. I have here, many of you probably have never even seen any of these in person. I know I haven't. Not even my local game store, Games Ahoy, has these. We have here all 5 blocks. I don't know if you guys know what these are, but these are the blocks for Stack Up for Rob the Robot on NES. There's all 5 of them there. The yellow one's been chewed on a little bit, but it's not terrible. But there's those 5. Also came with all 5 hoops, which is very, very nice. And then I'm not too sure what this piece is for. I've never seen it before in my life with any Stack Up lot or set that I've ever come across on eBay. So I'm not too sure what this piece is for, if it's even for Rob. But there it is. That was with it. But the only thing I'm missing now is the copy of Stack Up and the hands that Rob would use for this setup. But for all 5 blocks, the hoops, and that one little plastic piece, $70 after the winning bid, free shipping. Guys, that is a steal of a deal for those pieces. I know they're just like pieces of plastic and styrofoam and whatnot, but those are some of the hardest to find pieces in any NES collection, regardless of what it is. Those are some of the hardest pieces to find. I just thought it was absolutely insane that someone had all those pieces in one lot on eBay at auction style bidding. I couldn't believe it, because usually people sell them, at full retail price, or they have single pieces on eBay listed. And most of the time, the set, a full boxed set with Stack Up and the game and the box and the parts and everything, can go anywhere from $400 to $500. Guys, that is incredibly high. But the reason is because it's so rare and uncommon. So, I mean, the pieces alone are probably worth maybe $200 just for the parts there. So, paying $70 for them is not bad at all. I was really, really excited to find those and get those on a bidding winning system. So I just couldn't believe it. But super, super cool. Definitely staying in the collection. So very cool. Alright, and now we have some local stuff that I picked up. And Tyler went with me on this trip. We went as far as we possibly could that we felt like going that day. And I'm glad we did because we found some pretty cool stuff. What we have here is a regular original Xbox in very, very nice shape. Never been opened up. Super, super clean console. This one actually came from a pawn shop, which usually I don't buy consoles from pawn shops. But they were having a 40% off everything in the store sale, so I could not pass up the Xbox. It came with both cords, which is really nice. It came with a memory unit, which is really nice. Memory card, basically. They call it memory unit, but it's just a memory card. And then it came with 2 controllers. One blue one and one green one. Unfortunately, it's not the Halo edition, but that's still really cool. I'm going to hang on to both of these controllers because they're super nice, and I don't have colored Xbox controllers yet. Out of all the controllers that I've found for Xbox, I just haven't found good enough looking controllers that are colored that I wanted to keep. But these ones are really, really good shape, so I'm definitely going to hang on to both of them. But after the sale discount and everything that the pawn shop was holding, the Xbox with all the stuff was only $27, which I thought was an absolutely wonderful deal. And I'm actually going to swap out my console that I currently have hooked up with that one because that one runs a little bit nicer than mine, and the disc drive is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm definitely going to just swap consoles and move on from that. But that's really cool. I really was excited to see a really nice Xbox like that for such a nice price from a pawn shop. I thought that was cool. All right, and then that same day after the pawn shop, we went to Goodwill. This is the one that's farther away from us because we usually like to hit that place up every weekend if we can. Because it's pretty much the best Goodwill around, so it's really cool. They had 2 controllers and 2 games. Go ahead and show the controllers first. These controllers were only $1 a piece, which I thought was a really, really good deal. We have a white, later model PS1 controller here for the slim PS1, It's got a little bit of stick wear on the right stick, but it's not bad. Works perfectly fine. Rumbles, everything, that's perfect. That was only $1. Then we've got an original black Xbox controller here, missing the breakaway, but in the last video I showed that I picked up a 10-pack of aftermarket breakaways for 27 bucks. So that is really good. So basically, you know, almost $4 for a regular Xbox controller. That's still unbeatable. You know, I just needed the breakaway, which I have now. So for $4 basically after completing it, that's not bad. But $1 for the controller itself, that's really good. And it works perfectly fine as well, which is really cool. And then we've got two games here, a PS1 game and a PS2 game. The PS1 game here, it's missing the manual, but that's okay. It is a copy of Resident Evil Director's Cut. It is the black label version, which is really nice. The disc looks absolutely phenomenal. So does the case. It's just unfortunately missing the manual, but not bad. It was only $1, so I couldn't pass that up either. And then this was also $1. Everything was half off, which was great. This is a copy of Need for Speed Carbon on PS2 in absolutely wonderful condition, and it is complete, which is really cool. So very awesome to get all that stuff for $4 at the Goodwill. That was really cool. Alright, and then we went to a ARC thrift store that's up there by that Goodwill, and it was really cool because they didn't have a whole lot, but it was stuff that I could still use and it was worth going for. We have two copies. We have two cords here. Both are the Wii AVs. These were $2 a piece. That's usually as much as I will pay for cords. I don't want to pay too much more because sometimes they might not work and I don't want to have to worry about, you know, taking it back and doing all that crap for just a cord. But $2 a piece, not bad. So $4 for both of those, that's pretty good. And then they had a copy of Driver Parallel Lines for PS2. And it's a really good condition copy of it. And it actually came with a PS1 memory card in there as well. But the game is complete and in very nice shape. I'm actually going to swap out my copy with this one because this one's actually in better shape. Mine's water damaged, so I'm actually glad that I found this because this one's going to be an upgrade. And the reason this was the only game I got is because their games are starting to get overpriced at that one. Specifically because a guy that used to work at our local Games Ahoy game store now works at that thrift store, so he knows what games are worth in a certain extent. I mean, he's not going to overprice things too much, but I can definitely tell there's a different price change since he started working there. So, I mean, this was $5, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is still like a $15, $20 game, but that's pretty high for a thrift store, so I know why now because he works there. So, but for $5 for this game and the memory card, that's still a really, really good deal. But still, for a thrift store to be priced that way, it's still just kind of a little bit high. But anyways, I wasn't going to leave it there. It was still worth getting, so very cool. Alright, and then on our way home from stopping at that thrift store, we stopped by the, these are indoor flea markets that we have, and one of them had a power cord here. And usually these are for like PCs and whatnot, but I actually, in the last video, I picked up a couple of power bricks for Xbox 360s. One of them was missing the power outlet cord, so that is what I intended to buy this for. And it was only $1, so not bad at all. So I thought that was a really, really good deal, just so I could complete that power brick, so I have a full set power brick now. So very cool, not bad. Alright, and then our last stop, we stopped by a pawn shop called Mr. Money, and this was, you know, not too far from our house, so it was our last stop before we went home. They had a couple of games that we picked up from, which I thought were pretty cool. They change their prices all the time. It's just like based off their own thought. They're like, they don't even have a set price. They just, whatever the manager or whatever the guy you're asking feels that day, that's what it's going to be priced. So it kind of sucks, but, you know, it was still okay. First thing here we have a NBA Street PS2 game here, but it is missing the disc. They were going to throw this case away. I asked them if we could have it, and they said sure. So they gave us this for free, which was okay, because if I find a disc only of this game, it's still worth about $10, $12. So, and the case is in really nice shape too. I couldn't see them throw that away. So for free, I couldn't pass that up, obviously. Then we got a copy of Sniper Elite on PS2, which is actually a pretty good price game. I think it's up there in $15 to $17 range. That one's complete. Definitely going to hang on to it for the collection. I thought that was really, really cool. And then this is going to be an upgrade for my version, or my copy, excuse me, of this game. It's not worth a whole lot. I thought it was worth a little bit more than this, but it's actually not worth a whole lot, and that's Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, obviously for Nintendo Wii. But this one's in much nicer condition than the one I currently have, so I'm going to swap it. But the two games were $3 a piece, so $6 for the two games, or I could say $2.50 a piece and $1 for the case. I don't really care how it's put in there, but $6 for that stuff, that's not bad at all. Then they also had two Nintendo Wiimotes, which I thought were really cool. we have a basic white one here, right? It's missing the battery pack cover. They just put a Nyko one on there instead, but it was only $4, so I was like, okay. But then I saw this one sitting right next to it, and it didn't have a price tag on it, so I asked them if it was going to be the same price, and they're like, oh, we'll do $3 on it because it looks like it's a generic one, like an aftermarket one. Guys, this is not aftermarket. This is actually a late-release Nintendo-branded controller, and that is the Luigi Wiimote, which is actually really, really cool. They priced this at $3, which I could not believe. Honest to God, they honestly thought this was an aftermarket controller because it was green. So they priced it at $3, and there you go. So the only thing it's missing is the wrist strap, but hey guys, I'm not going to complain. This is like a $30 controller at least. I have the Mario one, which is really cool, so now I have the Luigi one that I can put with it. So for $3, guys, I'm not going to pass that up. There's no way. I mean, and it works perfectly. It's like brand new. It looks immaculate. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that they wanted to just, price it because they thought it was generic. So, but, you catch them slipping sometimes. That's just what happens. So I thought that was really cool. So, alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, telling your friends. It really helps us out. We really love seeing you guys come back every single time and seeing what we have to share with you guys. It's really fun going out and finding this stuff because in the back of our minds, we keep you guys in mind too because we know we're going to show it to you guys and you're going to get as much exciting feelings for it as we did when we found it. So it's just a really awesome time to just spend going out looking for games, and we just know we're going to be able to share it with you guys too. So very, very cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Happy gaming, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later, guys.
Yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a star.